Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin morning program on KSJE.
Back in the studio again with an extra segment this morning. As I mentioned, we are talking to Alyssa Kuhn. She is the San Juan County Clerk. Good morning. Thanks for coming back to visit with me.
Yeah.
Primary day is coming up. Gosh, we're a little over a month away.
Yes.
And so things will be a little bit different in New Mexico this year, which is kind of why I wanted to bring you in and ask you a little bit about this semi-open primary that is going to be allowed for the very first time. And so it makes things a little bit more open for voters and to be able to kind of decide kind of who and what they want to vote for when it comes to being a decline to state voter, right?
That is correct, yes. The decline to state voters in the past have been able to vote in elections for a little bit, but they always had to come in and change their voter registration at same-day voter registration.
To a specific party.
Correct. But now they can just come in and go up to the ballot on demand station as everybody else does, and then at the time of check-in, they'll check in like they have before with their name, address, year of birth, and then at that point, the poll worker will ask them which ballot they would like, either a Republican ballot or a Democratic ballot, and they'll choose that ballot at that time, and then it will not change their voter registration.
Got it. And so, and those will be the candidates that they will be able to vote for in the primary. And so I guess voters should understand what party the candidates that they're wanting to vote for are in, because if they wanted to vote for, we were talking about this before, right? If they wanted to vote for maybe one of the local races, like sheriff, which anyone in San Juan County could vote for,
correct,
and maybe governor in New Mexico, which anyone in the state can vote for. However, if you're voting for a Democrat party, there aren't any Democrats running for sheriff.
Correct.
There are running for governor. Republicans running in both contested in races, and so I guess that's the thing that folks need to understand, that difference. They can't vote for both different parties, I guess is what I'm trying
Correct.
to say.
Yes. Remember, in a primary election, it is to have the candidates move forward to the general election. So
Right.
If you're a registered Republican, you will get a Republican ballot. If you're a registered Democrat, you'll get a Democratic ballot. And so just knowing who you want to vote for, you can still change your voter registration right now up until May 5th, but after that time, the books are closed and we're not processing voter registrations. So do your research.
And that's next week. So
Correct.
You only have a few more days to do your research if you want to change your voter registration. If you're also a decline to state voter, which also have been called kind of independent voters, I guess, too,
Correct.
but the official title is decline to state,
Yes.
Then that would make you eligible to vote for either set of primary candidates,
Yes.
but you have to choose a party
You have
as
to
you
choose.
check in on the day if you're going to vote. Whether it's
Yes.
early voting or regular voting on June 2nd, it doesn't matter. It's the same kind of process, yes?
Correct. Yes, exact same process.
Okay.
Yes.
And we've got you sent over a great graphic to kind of remind folks that early voting will start soon, too, next week.
Yes, May 5th in our office. It always is in our office for a couple of weeks before.
Right.
Our normal business hours, Monday through Friday, 7 to 5:30. So come into our office if you want to get that taken care of. You can absentee vote, and
Right.
then our early voting sites open next, and those are the 5 normal sites. And
That's May 16th starting
correct,
then,
yes,
right?
May 16th on that date.
And so I'll just list them for everyone, for a radio audience who
Okay.
can't see the graphic that we're looking at, but that would be at the Farmington Public Library, the Farmington Museum at Gateway Park, the Bloomfield Cultural Center, the Central Consolidated School District Business Office, and the Newcomb Fire Station. Those are the 5 other early voting primary locations.
Correct.
Right? And again, that'll be beginning on May 16th. And then on primary day, you'll have the usual large amount of convenience centers open for voting?
Yes, we have 33 voting convenience centers. Vote anywhere. We always say, if you're on your way to Phoenix, you can stop by even in Newcomb.
Right.
You can vote anywhere in the county. There are 33 sites.
Okay.
And
there's one change, though, you were telling me
Yes.
this year, too. One site that's been a site is not going to be a site any longer. You've got a new site to replace it,
correct.
kind of thing, right?
Hills Church is no longer a site. So if that was your place to go, then just look at our other sites and you can go there. We did replace that with Farmington Schools Administration Building, the old Conoco building on 30th Street. So that is a great site to go to as well. Very convenient.
Very good. And it's kind of a shared building with San Juan College and the
Yes.
school district, but probably the voting location will be on the first floor.
It
which
will
is
be
the Farmington.
downstairs, and they're closed that day, election, or in June, and
Right.
then in November
Yeah.
they're closed.
Sure.
So
Makes
actually
sense.
the building is nice and empty, and so not a lot of traffic as far as employees go.
Exactly. But there with so many voting convenience centers, even if the Hills Church location was convenient to you, there's probably another one that's just as convenient
Yes,
to you, is what
very
I would
much
say.
so.
So there's that. And so that's going on as well. And then, of course, absentee voting will be underway, too,
Yes.
shortly.
Ballots get mailed out the same day early voting starts, so May 5th, all of the ballots will be mailed to you. So be looking for that in the mail if you signed up for absentee.
Okay. Are you expecting more folks to vote in the primary because of this new kind of rule that allows these declined to state folks to...
I don't know. That's a hard one. It'll be interesting for me to see if we get more voter turnout from this or not. The sheriff's race always kind of brings out more people in these years,
Right.
and
Especially
so,
a four-way race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 of them in there. So it'll just be interesting. I
Okay.
can't wait to look at the statistics afterwards to see if it goes up or not.
Okay. Of course, the stats do say that turnout is always embarrassingly low
Yes.
for voters, and so there's that as well.
Yeah, and be prepared. We had automatic voter registration go into effect a while back, and that has increased the voter rolls, right? So the percentages are probably going to look even lower because we have a higher number of actual registered voters, and it tends to be the same people kind of coming out and voting. Obviously, we want more people to come out and vote.
Sure.
But you get your traditional people that come, and so if you have more people registered and the same people coming, the
Right.
percentages are going to look lower. So we're going
Exactly.
to analyze that too.
Well, I always say I want to vote so then I can complain about who I voted for afterwards. So
Yes,
that's
yes,
what I decide.
exactly.
And if I don't vote, I can't feel that I have the right to complain,
Yeah, you
right?
just can't.
So there's that. But again, you make it very convenient, I think, for folks
you.
to cast their vote. It is a right every American citizen has to cast their vote, and so I encourage folks to do that. And again, if you're not registered, you still have a couple days to do that. Yes.
Yes, you can come in and you can register online. You can fill out a paper form, and we will process those. And then if you didn't get to it, we still do have same-day voter registration if you're not registered. It's just a little bit longer of a process. We usually say 30 minutes. It can take a little longer or a little shorter, just depending on. Normally during early voting, it's a little less time, but on
Quicker.
election day,
Sure.
it can take quite a while. So.
Yeah.
Just be prepared for that if you're not registered.
Okay. But again, it's your office doing everything it can to try to
Yes.
get folks eligible to vote, even
Absolutely.
same day.
Yes.
And so there's not a lot of excuses of why you didn't vote, at least
Exactly.
not from the clerk's side of
No.
things. So
No.
you do everything you can. But we're looking forward to it. Again, thank you for coming in to explain this to us. Again, if you're a declined to state voter, you can choose to vote in the Republican or the Democrat primary. I suppose if there were other candidates in another major party, that would be a third choice.
Correct. Those are the only 2 major party
Races.
major parties right now.
Uh-huh.
But yes, in the last primary, there was the Libertarian was a major party. That just isn't a major party this time. So
Got it. So the 2 choices are Republican or Democrat.
Correct.
For those declined to state folks. So very
yes,
good.
thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in. Good luck with everything. I know it's a big job for you and your staff. Kudos to them.
Thank you.
And
They're amazing. It's all them. It's all them.
well, you're very modest, but appreciate you coming in and explaining this all to us. And we'll look forward to seeing the results on primary day.
Okay, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. My guest this morning, Alyssa Kuhn, the San Juan County Clerk, with me here on KSJE, Farmington, New Mexico. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.